The announcement echoed through the airport speakers. Final boarding call for Flight 287 to Seattle. She dashed forward, her shoes clicking loudly on the glossy airport tiles, her coat trailing behind like wings. Emma's eyes swept over the gate signs in a blur, her backpack bouncing with every hurried step, but she didn't stop. Just a few more feet and, help. Please, someone. The weak, trembling voice brought her to a sudden halt. She turned. Slumped by a row of chairs sat an elderly man in a wrinkled gray overcoat, his cane fallen to the floor. One hand clutched at his chest, his eyes wide with pain and fear. Emma froze. The gate was just ahead. The plane, her flight, was waiting. She had spent over a year saving for this trip, a life-changing job interview in Seattle, a chance to escape her exhausting routine and finally move forward. Everything she had sacrificed led to this single moment. But then, the man groaned again, his breath ragged, and Emma's heart made the decision her mind couldn't. She ran back. Emma Brooks, 29, didn't consider herself special. She wasn't a hero, just a part-time waitress and part-time caregiver living a simple life in Cleveland. The eldest of 4 siblings raised by a single mother, she had grown up understanding that kindness wasn't about what you had, it was about what you gave. And Emma always gave. Today she gave up her future, or so it seemed. She dropped to her knees, checking the man's pulse, asking questions, calming him down. Every bit of first aid knowledge she'd picked up caring for elderly patients kicked in. Airport staff quickly surrounded them. Paramedics arrived. The situation turned into a blur of flashing lights and medical equipment. Meanwhile, the plane took off. Her name echoed through the terminal multiple times. She didn't answer. By the time the man was stabilized and wheeled away, Flight 287 was long gone. So was her long-awaited opportunity. Emma sat silently at gate 16, her boarding pass crumpled tightly in her palm. Tears welled in her eyes, not from regret, but from sheer emotional and physical exhaustion. A year of non-stop double shifts, gone in a moment. The job she had dreamed of, helping children with disabilities through a non-profit organization, was slipping away. The interview was scheduled for tomorrow. No more flights would make it in time. She texted the hiring manager a sincere apology and turned her phone off. A janitor nearby noticed her teary face. "You all right, miss?" She sniffled and smiled faintly. "Yeah, just missed my flight." He nodded gently, as if he understood more than her words. Hours drifted by. Emma wandered the airport aimlessly, lost in uncertainty. Her savings were gone, her direction unclear. As she passed a small coffee kiosk, a woman behind the counter called out, "Miss Emma Brooks?" Startled, Emma turned. "You've been asked to report to Gate 4. Someone's waiting for you." Confused and cautious, she made her way there, dragging her worn suitcase behind her. At Gate 4, 2 sharply dressed men approached her with warm expressions. "Miss Brooks, Mr. Harrington would like to meet you," one said. "Mr. Harrington?" she echoed, puzzled. They only smiled and motioned toward a private lounge. Inside, the lights were soft, the atmosphere luxurious. And sitting calmly in a leather armchair was the elderly man from earlier. Now cleaned up, wearing a tailored navy blue suit, he looked like someone completely different. He looked like someone powerful. "I thought I might not see you again," he said with a smile. "Please have a seat." Emma hesitated, overwhelmed. "You're okay?" "I am," he nodded, sipping tea. "Thanks to you." She sat, still stunned. "I missed my flight. I had a job interview." He raised a hand gently. "I know, I asked around." "Who are you?" she asked, eyes narrowing in confusion. The man leaned forward, offering a wrinkled but steady hand. "Arthur Harrington, founder and chairman of Sky Legend Airlines." The name hit her like a bolt of lightning. "You own the airline?" He chuckled softly. "Technically, yes, though my kids run most of it now. I still like to visit airports, watching people, observing moments. You see the best and worst in humanity here." He looked at her intently. "And today I saw something remarkable." Emma's throat tightened. "I just did what anyone should do. And that's exactly the issue," he said. "Most people wouldn't have. But you did. You reminded me why I built this company. Not just for profit, but for people." He pulled out his phone and made a brief call. "Reschedule the Seattle interview for Miss Brooks. And fly in the board of directors. I want them to meet her." Then he looked back at her. "If the interview goes well, the job is yours. We'll handle your accommodations and Let's just say you won't need to worry about money again for quite some time. Emma blinked in disbelief. Why would you do this for me? He gave a gentle smile. Because the world needs more people like you. And because you stopped when everyone else walked by. 2 weeks later, Emma strolled through a peaceful Seattle park, now wearing a company ID badge and a heart full of hope. Not only had she gotten the job, she'd been appointed to lead Sky Legend's new humanitarian division, focused on helping elderly passengers, low-income travelers, and community caregivers. But she didn't tell anyone the full story. Not her coworkers, not the press, not even her roommates. Because for Emma, kindness was never about applause. It was about doing what was right, especially when no one was watching. And now, dear viewer, you know who she is. The woman in that viral video, smiling beside Arthur Harrington. Introduced as the face of the airline's biggest charitable initiative, that's Emma, the everyday woman who missed her flight to help a stranger and ended up soaring higher than she ever imagined. Kindness doesn't cost a thing. But sometimes it's the key that opens doors even money can't. So next time someone needs help, pause. Because the path that looks like a detour might be the one that changes your life forever.